Yes, guys, welcome back to Kosi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi, live at 7 p.m., 5 p.m. UK time. So that is confirmed. We shall always be live at 7 p.m. East African Standard Time and live at 5 p.m. That is UK time. So make sure at 7 p.m. you're tuned in because we're gonna be live on each and every single day. So make sure you're always tuning in. Make sure you're always tuned in for the live show. We shall also be live at 9:30. That is 7:30 UK time. Make sure you're also tuned in as well for that show. Of course, I'm going to discuss a lot of things, especially regarding the Arsenal takeover. I'm also going to talk about Julain Brandt's potential move to Arsenal because there's a lot to talk about there, as well as Matt Ryan's potential permanent transfer. I've seen a couple of pundits saying that Arsenal are doing good business to sign Matt Ryan on a permanent deal. Of course, based on the fact that we do not have the money, we would want to sign such a player as a good backup to Bandeno. There are also big questions, and I'm going to address this. Should Bandeno be that goalkeeper who is our number one goalkeeper? Are we literally looking for a number one goalkeeper, or are we looking for a backup goalkeeper? Because what Leno is doing these days, there are things that are so unbelievable. At times you just don't believe that Leno is doing these things as a 29-year-old goalkeeper. But we are going to discuss that and more. So smash the like button if you like. If you're live, smash the like button. If you're watching this on replay as well, get in the comment section and tell me what you think about Daniel Ek joining forces with Arsenal legends to buy Arsenal, pushing out Stan Kroenke. Let's go through one of the pieces from The Guardian, written very, very well written around Daniel Ek and his potential takeover Arsenal. So this is what The Guardian have written, that Spotify owner Daniel Ek is preparing a bid to buy Arsenal with assistance from the club's former players Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp and Patrick Vieira. The Guardian understands Ek began making inquiries about a potential purchase over the weekend, and that's an announcement about an official approach could be made as soon as next week. Of course, as soon as this week. Ek has asked the club's legends Henry, Bergkamp and Vieira for help in assembling a package that could persuade the Kroenke family, who are under mounting pressure after Arsenal's attempt to join the doomed Super League last week to sell up. Ek had used Twitter to express his interest in a deal on Friday evening, writing that as a kid growing up, I have always cheered Arsenal as long as I can remember. If KSE would like to sell Arsenal, I'd be happy to throw my hat into the ring. While at a very early stage, the process has begun. Stan Kroenke, who owns Kroenke and Sports Entertainment, is thought to want at least 2 billion if he is to consider selling the club. He has run since April 2011, and some sources place that figure considerably higher. Ek's personal fortune is estimated at around 3.4 billion. Other figures close to the nascent consortium say he would have little problems amassing the sum necessary to tempt Kroenke into selling. Any deal may nonetheless be extremely difficult to do, given Josh Kroenke, the club director and Stan Kroenke's son, reinforced at a fans forum last Thursday that that his family have no intentions of walking away. And of course, Josh said, "I still believe we are fit to carry on in our positions as custodians of Arsenal," he said, pledging to build trust between the ownership and support. However, the involvement of the three revered players may revamp up the pressure for an agreement to be made with Ek. Around 3,000 Arsenal supporters protested against the Kroenke's ownership outside the Emirates Stadium before Friday's defeat by Everton, a result that effectively meant Mikel Arteta's side, who are currently 10th, 12 points behind 4th place Chelsea, must win the Europa League if they are to play in any European competition next season. So that is according to That is according to The Guardian. I love The Guardian, and the reason as why I love The Guardian is pretty easy. They're a reliable source. The Guardian are very reliable. When they speak about something, when they talk about something, you've got to believe them, because they're always that kind of source that is so reliable, that kind of source that everybody trusts. I do trust them, and I hope you people do trust The Guardian as well. So the question now is, will Kroenke sell? Because last Thursday it was reinforced, the message was reinforced that Josh Kroenke in the Arsenal fan forum, he said, we don't have any intentions of selling. We believe we are the right custodians of the project. We believe that we are the right custodians of Arsenal. Of course, the word custodians means a keeper. We are the right keepers of Arsenal, but they're more than keepers, because if they had driven us into the European Super League without the consent of fans, without the consent of legends, without the consent of players and managers, they're supposed to know. But if they had taken us that far without us knowing, then they are no longer custodians. They have taken the club. So and this is the point at which we think they need to go if Arsenal is going to become that club we think it should be once again. So Daniel Ek, what are my opinions? And tell me what are your opinions about Daniel Ek buying Arsenal? Because for me, this is it. Kroenke has been here until ever since 2011 in April. How many years are those? Those are around. Are we going to 20 years? 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. 11 years. 11 years. So 11 years ever since Kroenke bought this club, and he's taken full control of it. 11 years, and in the past 4 years we have not qualified for Champions League under 3 different managers: Arsene Wenger, Mikel Arteta, and Julain Emery. So we have not qualified for the Champions League for the last 4 years, and we do not have any chance actually for the last 5 years, because this year 2021 we are not qualifying for the Champions League as well. So for the last 5 years we have not qualified for the Champions League. How many leagues do we have in the last 11 years? We don't have a league title. How many European titles do we have in the last 11 years? We don't have a European title. But Josh Kroenke said, I don't remember which summer it was, but I said, be excited. Be excited. What was that supposed to mean? When Arsenal was moving to the Emirates Stadium, the words were very optimistic. The words were very strong. The Arsenal is going to compete at that level of Bayern, at that level of Barcelona, at that level of Real Madrid, at that level of Chelsea, the levels of Manchester City and United. We have not seen that. Like I said, in the last 5 years, Arsenal has not qualified for the Champions League. So everything the Kroenke said, it was a lie. And according to, because you try to remember this side, it's called, wow, just forget the side. But it's a very strong Twitter handle that shows the statistics of clubs, especially the financial records of clubs. What the hell is it called? I'm just forgetting it. It showed that in the past decade, Kroenke is the only club owner who did not invest a single penny in his club. The likes of Bournemouth, the likes of Watford, the likes of those clubs were receiving at least 7 million direct injection, either in terms of loan or anything like that from their owners. Arsenal is the only club that was not receiving money from their owners. That's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. It means he's made a business model where he doesn't invest but reaps rewards. That's what he does. And Josh Kroenke said it very clearly in the fans forum that we want to make this club great again, but the long-term model does not allow high. Did it say high investment? High investment. So that means we don't have options. We don't have hopes of going back to the level where we were. We don't have the hopes of having Thierry Henry, Pires, and all those players in one team. It doesn't happen because what has been happening, the model we have been operating is groom a player, let him shine, and then sell them off. That is the model we've been operating. These days, I don't understand the kind of transfer model we're using. I don't know whether we are bringing in good players. I don't know whether we are, clearing deadwood. We don't have a transfer model. I should say, we don't have a clear transfer model at the moment. But Daniel Ek says he wants to buy Arsenal, and he says if KSE, Kroenke Sports and Entertainment, want to sell, he will be very, very gutted. He'll be very happy. He will welcome the opportunity to take in the club in his own hands. And reports coming out today indicate that he's going to work with Thierry Henry, Arsenal legend. All of us know what he has achieved today. Gonna be talking about that in a minute. Dennis Bergkamp, one of the best number 10s in world football. If Xavi was a number 10, I think we would have a lot of issues. But Dennis Bergkamp is one of those best number 10s you're gonna think about. In the world class, world class player. And then as well as a Patrick Vieira, captain, fantastic, the best number 6 the world has ever seen. We shall never have another. Patrick Vieira, that guy. When defensive midfield, the best of the best. Don't talk to me about Club Macare and all that shit of the Kings. I don't care. I think Vieira was just exceptional. So I'm not here to praise. I'm here to show that some Arsenal legends have come out as Arsenal fans, and they have realized that where this club is going, it's not where we need to be. Where this club is going, it's not where it has to be. And that's the fact. Where Arsenal are, that's not where we're supposed to be. That's the truth. We need to be at a very different level as Arsenal. We need to be at a very, very high level as Arsenal. Very, very high level, very different level. But I don't know, we have fallen so much. We have fallen so much as a club that we have reached a level where we are contented. Oh, well, you know what? Arsenal's finished 9th. Okay, it was a bad season. Let's wait for next season. Why doesn't United feel comfortable when they finish out of the top 4? You look at United, they spend more money when they do not qualify for the Champions League. And that's what, many United fan channels will tell you, that we spend more money when we are in the Europa League. The moment we get back to Champions League, we don't spend money. But Arsenal, we don't go for Champions League 5 consecutive years, and we are contented. So the club has fallen so much, and 3 of the best legends Arsenal are going to work with Daniel Ek to propose or to come up with a bid that will be launched very, very soon. Officially, I'll be trying to tell you. But what you have there again is you have these 3 trying to help Daniel Ek in coming up with a suitable bid. So I don't think they are going to be part of the buyer. I don't think they are going to buy. But it would be very, very exciting if, I don't know if they have the money, but if Vieira and Bergkamp and Thierry Henry were part of the buyers of the club, because it would make a lot of sense. Thierry Henry would know which kind of strikers we need. Bergkamp will know which kind of midfielders we need, and Vieira will also need to know what kind of defensive midfielders we need. We could build a team out of from scratch. Because for me, I still believe in the old Arsenal transfer model. Don't spend much. Go out there, look for the best talent, spend money on that, and that's it. That's what we've got to do as a club. We can't buy Haaland. That's true. But we buy Pats and Daka. This season, Daka is £25 million. Next season, Pats and Daka, when it goes to Dortmund, Daka is going to become £50 million or £100 million, and then you can afford him. That's how we have been doing business. The likes of Samuel Nasri, the likes of Alexander Songbelang, the likes of Chess Fabregas. That's how we've been signing players. We need to go back to that model if we cannot sustain the model of buying expensive players. If we can't behave like City, behave like the Arsenal, go to Australia, go out to France, get those. Look, Eduardo Camavinga has 1 year left on his contract. Paulo Dybala has 1 year left on his contract. All those players. You have players like Hudson Edward. He has 1 year left on his contract. Go bring in those players. Gigi Donnarumma, he has 1 year left on his contract. Hakan Kalhanoglu is going to be a free agent in the summer. Bring in those players, their quality, assemble them into a team that can go back to the Champions League. Let's not try to force things that aren't actually working out. But let's wait and see what's going to develop with this Spotify thing and the Spotify CEO. Share with me your thoughts and hit the like button as much as possible. Let's talk about as well Julain Brandt rumors, because I've seen Julain Brandt really training around Arsenal, and there are some reports that they were indicating that Brandt could actually have a deal very close to us. I think that was team talk. Yeah, because they're saying that Julain Brandt clear on us on best position as Arsenal take step closer to transfer. And I'm going to try to read to you what Team Talk have written. I think I read Julain Brandt as a very, very highly young, talent with a lot of potential. I've seen him at Dortmund, I've seen him at Leverkusen. He's ecstatic, he's exceptional as a player. I rate him at the same level as players like Saka, players like Foden. However much he's a little bit older than them because he's 24, but I think he's a good player. Now, according to Team Talk, they're saying Julain Brandt is clear on best position as Arsenal hopes get big double lift. Okay, let's look at it. Mikel Arteta has been given a clear path to signing Julain Brandt. So according to Team Talk, they're saying that Mikel Arteta has been given a big boost. It's been given a big boost in signing Julain Brandt for Arsenal amid claims in Germany that he is nudging closer to a summer transfer to the Gunners. Borussia Dortmund schema. Brandt is a familiar name to Arsenal fans. The 24-year-old has been reported target for the Gunners for a number of years, and 2021 has been no different. There's been speculation heading into the winter transfer window that Brandt could end up at Arsenal. Mikel Arteta has looked for more creativity, and the German midfielder was one of their options. Dortmund, though, refused to entertain a January sale, and Arsenal switched their focus to signing Martin Odegaard on loan for Real Madrid. However, with Odegaard likely to return to Real Madrid, reports in Germany believe a move to Arsenal finally looks on the cards. Now, according to Bild, Dortmund have informed the Gunners that Brandt would move on just 25 million euros, that is 21 million pounds, in the summer. Furthermore, they state that incoming Dortmund head coach Marco Rose is willing to sacrifice the 24-year-old. They state he looks unlikely to figure in his plans and will be made available for a transfer. And that will grant Arsenal the chance to land the long-term target and ready-made replacement for Martin Odegaard. Brandt has 3 years left on his contract following his arrival from Leverkusen in 2019. The German international has got 3 goals and 2 assists this season, while has made 41 appearances. The majority have come off the bench. As such, it's believed he's willing to move on and reignite his staggering career. Okay. Julain Brandt, potential replacement to Martin Odegaard. Now, and that's why I told you the thing with transfers is they're funny. They're just funny. 3 months later, after January, it looks like Odegaard is not going to sign. But in the first 6 weeks after he had signed, it looked like we were going to have him. So that's the beauty with transfers, and that's the pain with transfers. But the truth is, if Madrid is going to ask for 50 million, with the fact that we have seen Arsenal desperate to go to the European Super League to try to hold on some money, We still have a government loan that has not been covered. It's going to be covered at the time of transfers. Basically, we might not have a lot of money, so we need to go for the cheaper deals. And this is what I've been saying, that if you can't do the 50 million deals, if you can't do the 70 million deals, well and good, it's okay. Go around, do this, do the 25 million deals, do the 19 million deals. It's okay. It's all about the quality, and are you upgrading? For me, that's what it means. Are we upgrading? Brandt is an upgrade, not to Martin Odegaard, but according to the options we have there, Emirates, he's better than Smith Rowe. If you give him the relevance, if you give him the that feeling of being important, Brandt is going to be very, very important as a player. So I think we could, we could go for him. I support the fact that we go for him. I don't know whether we are going to unleash him. He's a very talented guy, very talented. One of the problems I have with him is he likes this kind of cheeky football, like which example should I give you? One player that really has this, like Saint Maxim. Yeah, like Saint Maxim at Newcastle. That kind of player that really loves touching the ball, and at times, his output is a little bit disappointing. According to Team Talk, they're saying that Brandt names his best position, and they're saying that while Brandt can play in a variety of positions across the front line, the 35 times capped German has outlined his preferred role. He has operated on the left wing as a deep lying forward, and as an out and as an out and out striker during his time in the Bundesliga. However, speaking back in December, he stated he prefers to operate as a number 10. For me, it's optimum. I feel really good there. He told Sport Bild, I waited long time to be able to show what I can do in the middle. When I played up top, I was also in a natural position. But playing as a striker wasn't easy for me. I'm not a player like Romelu Lukaku. He said, I wouldn't say I was in a slump before, but I sense that I'm on my way back to my old strength, and I feel really good on the pitch. That is him speaking to Bild. And I think when I saw him at Leverkusen, he wasn't playing as a number 10. I don't know whether he was really playing in a free position as such, because I really don't think he was playing in a free position. But I think he was more of a player playing on the left wing, because there you had Hakan Çalhanoğlu playing for you as the number 10. Then Brandt was really playing as a left winger or right winger, because you have the likes of Karim Bellarabi again at the same time, occupying the wings. So if he wants to play as a number 10, I think he has the potential to play there. I think he's that kind of player that you want to give a chance. You want to see what he can offer. He's a very young player with a lot of potential. So let's see what he can actually offer to Arsenal as well. And then of course the last piece of news I wanted us to talk about is that of Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan has been linked heavily to a permanent deal, and a couple of pundits have been saying that that would be very good business. And I can't say no. I can't say no, really. I think financial-wise, Arsenal doing great. Arsenal really doing great. If we go for such a player, Arsenal will be going for the best deal. Matt Ryan. But again, if we think about it, my question now is Arsenal looking for a first choice goalkeeper rather than a backup? Because for me, Leno has had a couple of howlers this season. He has had a couple of mistakes, and we just can't overlook them, because he had a fantastic season last season. This season, he's been shit. He's let us down, and now at this point in time, we are confused. We are contemplating whether to play our first choice goalkeeper. Whether to play our first choice goalkeeper in semi-finals against Villarreal, or play backup goalkeeper. For Christ's sake, we shouldn't be thinking about that. So I don't know. But what I would say is, if you're getting Matt Ryan, it's fine. But if you can get a Donnarumma, he's gonna be a free agent. If you can get a Donnarumma, give him some good money, as his wages, and probably you have two good goalkeepers in the same place. Because I just don't trust Leno anymore. I just don't trust Leno. Just don't trust him. But anyway, guys, that is all for this episode. I've talked really much about it. Better Daniel takes over from Kroenke, who cannot take Arsenal anywhere. This is according to Eric. Big up, Eric. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. Look, the reason as to why all of us want Daniel Ek to take over Arsenal is because he's apparently an Arsenal man, and that's what you need. You need a person who understands Arsenal. You want a person who will resonate with the with the needs of the club. And I think Ek can do that. I think he can do it brilliant well. What you don't want is an owner who comes in and then fucks up the club. You don't want an owner who comes in and he treats you worse than Stan Kroenke. Because what Kroenke has literally done is come in here and smear this bullshit over the club. That's what he's done. And we don't want that. So probably that's the only reason I'll go for Ek. Because he's shown that he's an Arsenal fan. We want him. We need an Arsenal man. He has shown that he's an Arsenal man. Then why not? We would actually take him. I'm coming back at exactly 9:30 p.m. with more of with the live stream, of course. 9:30 p.m. So make sure you tuned in. 9:30 p.m. That will be 7:30 UK time, and I'll be very happy to see you all there. 9:30 p.m. Smash the like button, people. Subscribe if you're new. More content coming in on the live streams as well as the uploads.